Good morning, guys. This will be the last one, at least for a while here. Then I got to go get ready to go to PT. Um, let's start with the Gateway Pundit here. So the George Floyd protesters marched through downtown Minneapolis on the eve of jury selection in the Derek Chauvin trial. They're not going to be happy until they get exactly what they want. And don't be surprised if we see some violent looting, protesting, violence galore there in Minneapolis. And not only in Minneapolis, but all across the country. Don't be surprised. Jim Hoft on the Courtney Turner podcast, the Gateway Pundit, did more to uncover election irregularities and corruption than the RNC and the FBI following the 2020 election. And yeah, they did. And so did all the rest of us. We, the FBI, all they did was cover it up, basically. And the RNC, they didn't want to do anything because they're part of it. And then you're welcome here. Minneapolis adds welcome signs to 4 layers of fencing around the courthouse for Officer Derek Chauvin George Floyd's murder trial. You know, they wouldn't need 4 layers if they didn't put up with all the protesting. But this is the new Democrat Party that's in control, or seemingly in control for the time being. And then Biden approves release of $3 billion of Iran's funds in Iraq and Oman and South Korea. And so it just gives you an idea of what he's doing. And then Wayne Root, an open letter to Senator Joe Manchin, how one brave man can save America and change the course of history. And we've seen that with President Trump. You know, that's time and time again, one person can make a true difference. Truly. Biden voted to CNN. They're dropping bombs in Syria right now, and those bombs are kind of expensive for a dude who owes me $2,000. Huh. Sounds like some of those people that voted for Biden, they're getting a little antsy. Wait until they find out he really does have dementia. Biden has had more attacks on Syria than he's had press conferences. Matt Gaetz rips Joe Biden suggests transition to Kamala has already begun. It has indeed. And then Switzerland votes to ban burqas, niqabs in public. Good. Arizona hospital worker says nearly all of new COVID cases are illegal aliens. Gee, imagine that. You know, if it was such a big deal, if the coronavirus was really such a big deal, guess what? They wouldn't be letting them in. But it's not a big deal. So they are letting them in. And then Texas governor announces Operation Lone Star to secure border against human and drug smuggling in response to Biden's open border policies. Good for him. Good, Greg. You need to do that. Don't rely on the federal government to do what you need to do. And then latest release texts show corrupt and dishonest senior FBI agents reminding each other to try to come across as the good guys to Americans. No, it's too late for that. Way too late. BLM protesters threaten little girls and small children outside cheerleading competition in Louisville. Wow, they're such brave people, aren't they? Wow. To threaten little kids? Wow. Man. You know, are we at the precipice? I think we're getting there. New York Senate Majority Leader, State Assembly Speaker both call on Cuomo to resign after 5 women now accuse Cuomo of sexual harassment. And I'm sure he's trying to cut a deal, no doubt about it. And then New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy stands by his decision to send sickly COVID patients back into nursing homes. And I'm going to stand by what I've been saying. The day will come when all of these people will pay a heavy price for murdering our elderly. And you know something, when they murdered the elderly, they didn't just murder conservative grandparents. They murdered grandparents on both sides of the aisle. Insurrection. Antifa sets fire to Portland Public School headquarters and torches vehicles in a series of malicious terrorist attacks. Can you imagine the amount of damage that these people have done? My word. And then that's what happens in socialist countries. Former DNI John Ratcliffe comes clean, discusses last-minute Democrat rules change that corrupted the 2020 election. Joe Biden announces new executive order expanding voting access, making it easier for Democrats to steal elections. Imagine that. Australian ABC reporters told not to use the term pedophile to describe child sex offenders because not all pedophiles molest children. Really? More examples. A big media bias. They truly are enemies of the state and enemies of the American freedom, and not just of our freedom, but freedom of the people around the world. Everywhere. Everywhere. And then it's war. Biden to launch series of clandestine cyber attacks against Russia. You know, you look at Joe Biden, the real Joe Biden, if that's really him. His eyes are dead. They're absolutely dead. There's nothing there. I mean, what a bizarre time. I mean, we've always talked about how things are so corrupt, our elections are so corrupt, that they could put a monkey in office if that's what they wanted to do. But they went one step further. They put someone with dementia into the presidency. And then Hirono threatens GOP, respect Biden or all in filibuster. Hey, Hirono, I got news for you. Your day is coming. Do 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 do. These people, they've gotten away with what they've done for so long. They have no fear. Moving on to medical ethics professor says promises of freedom is powerful incentive to get the hesitant vaccinated. It says an NYU professor has claimed that promising more freedom from the coronavirus lockdowns is a powerful incentive for getting vaccine skeptics to have the COVID-19 jab. So they're saying, so now they're trying to bribe you. It's like, look, if you do this, then you get to do that. You get more freedom. Really? So if we get the vaccine, see, they always change the goalposts. Are people going to recognize that? I don't know. I have no idea. Moving on to, let's see here. As we just mentioned before, Texas governor deploys National Guard and state troopers to counter Biden's open border policies. And then Biden blocks senior DHS officials from sharing border crisis info with media. Media blackout on the crisis at the border. There is no such thing anymore as a media blackout. Because of us. Because of the internet. It doesn't happen anymore. Sorry. The truth gets out there. Just like that. The truth gets out. You cannot stop it. Guys, that's all for this morning. I'll be back later on this morning after PT. And pain and torture. He's going to work my butt. Actually, it's my legs he's going to really work. Anyway, God bless y'all. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later on. Bye-bye now.